headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, there was some more movement in the Trump administration yesterday. Donald Trump nominated his presidential physician, Admiral Ronny Jackson, to be the new Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Meanwhile, Trump will continue as Secretary of Having Affairs. His nominee, Dr. Ronny Jackson, has really been through a lot in his career. He's been a Navy doctor since 1995. He's been deployed to Iraq, and most recently, he had to check Donald Trump's prostate. So believe me, he earned that promotion. He did. Now, before you get too worried, it's not Trump's personal doctor from before he was elected. Do you remember this guy? It's not him. But Trump did appoint him as the new Secretary of Free Moustache Rides. In other news out of the White House this morning, the president slammed the online retailer Amazon by criticizing them in a tweet, saying they are, quote, putting many thousands of retailers out of business. They're Putting people out of work, says the man who fires someone every 45 minutes. But Trump is... Donald Trump is pretty upset about this because if there's one thing the guy who started Trump Steaks, Trump Airlines, Trump University, Trump Vodka, Trump Magazine and Trump Water hates, it's people who allow businesses to fail. Moving on, yesterday a federal judge sentenced rapper DMX to 1 year in prison after he failed to pay over $1 million in taxes. The judge told him, you're going to have to do some time up in here, up in here. You're gonna have to do some time up in here. This shows you how rappers' careers can go in different directions. For instance, Jay-Z had 99 problems, but DMX had 1099 problems. He's going to prison for a year. It serves DMX right for committing tax fraud. Who does he think he is, the President of the United States? And we saw this story today. This is a wild story. See if you can follow this. The former drummer for the band The Offspring left the group to go to medical school and become an OB-GYN, and that's not even the weird part, right? Recently, he was being sued for malpractice, and during the trial, one of the jurors collapsed, and he saved the guy's life by performing CPR. Worrying that the jury would be swayed, the judge then called for a new trial. To be honest, I need CPR after just telling that story. The drummer, he saved a juror's life with CPR. Then DMX was like, why didn't I think of that? Well, it wasn't so much CPR as it was a 3-minute drum solo on the jury member's chest. He was like... breathe. He's good. He's good. He's got it. And finally... a Florida woman who woke up in the middle of the night with sharp stomach pains from what she assumed was bad Chinese food turned out to be 37 weeks pregnant and about to give birth. Apparently, she couldn't sleep because she was experiencing a lot of mugu gai pain. I have the opposite problem. Last night, I ate so much Chinese food, I convinced myself that I was 37 weeks pregnant. But don't worry, everything turned out fine. She went into labour, got to the hospital, and her baby was safely delivered by the drummer from The Offspring. He was like... It's a boy!